ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ॐ ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां व्यासशङ्करमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ॐ परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रुतिमात्रे नमः। समस्त देवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो श्री ब्रह्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो नमः। वेदव्यास वैशंपायन याज्ञवल्क्य आद्य शंकरादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओं परब्रह्मणः श्रुतिमातुः समस्त देवतानां गुरूणां कृपया उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव अनुभवप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकसंस्कृतेः विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थं विश्वशान्तिकल्याणार्थं समस्तसाधकानां समस्तविघ्ननिर्मूलनार्थं शक्तीनां साधनानां सम्पदाम् अवाप्त्यर्थं छान्दोग्योपनिषदः पारायणं तैत्तिरीय उपनिषदः भाष्यसमेत अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। आदौ पारायणं। We are in third chapter, 15th khanda, Parayanam of Chandogya Upanishad. These are all the most great sadhanas, knowingly or unknowingly we are doing. Same things when we consciously, knowingly do, they give more and more results. The conscious knowing is each of these are the sadhanas with which we are molding our minds to be more and more spiritual oriented, with which we are invoking the Shruti and Guru and Deva Anugraha on us. And if this is not done, we will get lost in the world of the samsara. So with this conscious understanding, when we lovingly do, we are truly matured in our sadhana. Om Atha Chandogya Upanishad Shanti Mantraha Om Apyayantu Mamangane Vak Pranaha Chakshuh Shrotram Atho Balam Indriyani Cha Sarvane Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam Maham Brahma Nirakuryam Mama Brahma Nirakarod Anirakaranamastu Anirakaranam Me Astu Tadatmani Nirate Ye Upanishadsu Dharmaha Te Mayi Santo Om Shanti 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 Om Athatrutiyodhyayah Panchadashah Khandah Om Antarikshotaraha Koshah Bhumi Buddhnaha Najiriyyate Disho hi asya Sraktayo Dyauhu Asya Uttaram Vilagam Sa Esha Koshaha Vasudanaha Tasmin Vishwam Idakam Shritam Tasya Prasidig Juhur Nama Sahamana Nama Dakshina Ragni Nama Pratichi Subhuta Nama Udichi Tasam Vayuhu Vatsaha Saya Etam Evam Vayum Disham Vatsam Veda Na Putra Rodagam Roditi Sohametam Evam Vayum Disham Vatsam Veda Ma Putra Rodagam Rudam Arishtam Kosham Prabhadye Amuna 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 Pranam Prabhadye Amuna 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 Bhuh Prabhadye Amuna 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 Bhuvaha Prabhadye Amuna 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 Swaha Prabhadye Amuna 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 Sayada Vosham Pranam Prabhadye Ite प्राणो वा इदगं सर्वं भूतं यदिदं किञ्च तमेव तत्प्राप्स्यसि अत यदवोचं भूः प्रपद्ये इदे पृथिवीं प्रपद्ये अन्तरिक्षं प्रपद्ये दिवं प्रपद्ये इति एव तदवोचम् अथ यदवोचं भुवः प्रपद्ये इति अग्निं प्रपद्ये वायुं प्रपद्ये आदित्यं प्रपद्ये इति एव तदवोचम् अथ यदवोचकं स्वः प्रपद्ये इति ऋग्वेदं प्रपद्ये यजुर्वेदं प्रपद्ये सामवेदं प्रपद्ये इति एव तदवोचम् अथ षोडशः खण्डः पुरुषो वाव यज्ञः तस्य यानि 24 वर्षाणि तत्प्रातः सवनं 24 गायत्री गायत्रं प्रातः सवनं तदस्य वसवः अन्वायत ताः प्राणाः वाव वसवः एते हि इदगं सर्वं वासयन्ते तं चेत् एतस्मिन् वयसि किञ्चिदुपतपेत् स ब्रूयात् प्राणावसव इदं मे प्रातः सवनं माध्यन्दिनगं सवनम् अनुसन्तनुत्त इति मा अहं प्राणानां वसूनां मध्ये यज्ञो विलोप्स्येति उद्धैव तत एति अगदोह भवति अथ यानि 44 वर्षाणि तन्माध्यन्दिनगं सवनं 44 अक्षरा त्रैष्टुभं माध्यन्दिनगं सवनं तदस्य रुद्रा अन्वायत ताः प्राणाः वाव रुद्रा एते हि इदगं सर्वगं रोदयन्ते तं चेत् एतस्मिन् वयसि किञ्चिदुपतपेत् स ब्रूयात् प्राणा रुद्राः इदं मे माध्यन्दिनगं सवनं तृतीयसवनम् अनुसन्तनुत इति माहं प्राणानागं रुद्राणां मध्ये यज्ञो विलोपिसि य इति उत एव तत इति अगदोह भवति अत यानि 48 वर्षाणि तत्तृतीय सवनम् 48 अक्षरा जगति जागतं तृतीय सवनं तदस्य आदित्या अन्वायत ताः प्राणाः वा आदित्याः एते हि इदगं सर्वमाददते तं चेत् एतस्मिन् वयसि किञ्चित् उपतपेत स ब्रूयात् प्राणाः आदित्याः इदं मे तृतीयसवनम् आयुः अनुसन्तनुत इति माहं प्राणानाम् आदित्यानां मध्ये यज्ञो विलोप्स्येति उद्ध एव तत एति अगदोहैव भवते एतद्हस्म वै तद्विद्वान् आह महिदास ऐतरेयः स किम् एतदुपतपसि योऽहमनेन न प्रेष्यामि इति स 16 वर्षशतम् अजीवत प्राह 16 वर्षशतं जीवते य एवं वेद अथ 17 खण्डः स यद् अशिशिषते यत् पिपासते यत् न रमते ता अस्य दीक्षाः अत यदश्नाति यत् पिबति यद्रमते तदुपसदैरेति अत यद्हसति यज्जक्षति यत् मैथुनं चरति स्तुतशस्त्रैरेव तदेति अत यत्तपो दानम् आर्जवम् अहिंसा सत्यवचनम् इति तास्य दक्षिणाः तस्माद् आहुः शोष्यति असोष्ठेति पुनरुत्पादनम् एव अस्य तन्मरणम् एव अस्यावबृतः ततः एतद् घोरः आङ्गिरसः कृष्णाय देवकीपुत्राय उक्त्वा उवाच अपिपास एव स बभूव सः अन्तवेलायाम् एतत्त्रयं प्रतिपद्य एताक्षितम् अस्यच्युतम् असि प्राणसगंशितम् असीति तत्र एते द्वे रुचौ भवतः आदित्प्रत्नस्य प्रेतसः उद्वयं तमसस्परि ज्योतिः पश्यन्तः उत्तरं स्वः पश्यन्तः उत्तरं देवं देवत्रा सूर्यम् अगमत् म ज्योतिरुत्तमम् इति ज्योतिरुत्तममिति अथ 18 खण्डः ॐ मनो ब्रह्म इति उपासीत एतध्यात्मम् अथादिदैवतमाकाशो ब्रह्मेत्युपयम् आदिष्टं भवति अध्यात्मं च अधिदैवतं च तदेतत् चतुष्पात् ब्रह्म वाक्पादः प्राणः पादः चक्षुः पादः श्रोत्रं पादः इति अध्यात्मम् अथ अधिदैवतम् अग्निः पादः वायुः पादः आदित्यः पादः दिशः पादः इति उभयमेव आदिष्टं भवति अध्यात्मं चैव अधिदैवतं च वागेव ब्रह्मणः चतुर्थः पादः सो अग्निना ज्योतिषा भाति च तपति च भाति च तपति च कीर्त्या यशसा ब्रह्मवर्चसेन य एवं वेद प्राण एव ब्रह्मणः चतुर्थः पादः स वायुना ज्योतिषा भाति च तपति च भाति च तपति च कीर्त्या यशसा ब्रह्मवर्चसेन य एवं वेद चक्षुरेव ब्रह्मणः चतुर्थः पादः स आदित्येन ज्योतिषा भाति च तपति च भाति च तपति च कीर्त्या यशसा ब्रह्मवर्चसेन य एवं वेद श्रोत्रमेव ब्रह्मणः चतुर्थः पादः स दिग्भिर्ज्योतिषा भाति च तपति च भाति च तपति च कीर्त्या यशसा ब्रह्मवर्चसेन य एवं वेद अथ एकोनविंशः खण्डः आदित्यो ब्रह्म इति आदेशः तस्य उपव्याख्यानम् असद् एव इदमग्र आसीत् तत् सदासीत् तत् समभवत् तद् आण्डं निरवर्तत तत् संवत्सरस्य मात्राम् अशयत तत् निरभिद्यत ते आण्डकपाले रजतं च सुवर्णं च अभवताम तद्यत् रजतगं सा इयं पृथिवी यत् सुवर्णगं सा द्यौः यज्जरायु ते पर्वताः यदुल्बगं स मेघः निहारो याधमनयः ता नद्यः यद्वास्तेयम् उदकं स समुद्रः अथ यत् तद् अजायत सः असौ आदित्यः तं जायमानं घोषा उलूलवोऽनुदतिष्ठन् सर्वाणि च भूतानि सर्वे च कामाः तस्मात् तस्य उदयं प्रति प्रत्यायनं प्रति घोषा उलूलवः अनुत्तिष्ठन्ति सर्वाणि च भूतानि सर्वे च एव कामाः स य एतम् एवं विद्वान् आदित्यं ब्रह्म इति उपास्ते अभ्यासो हयत् येनगं साधवः घोषाः आ च गच्छेयुः उप च निम्रेडेरन् इति तृतीयोऽध्यायः समाप्तः ओम शांति 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 ब्यूटीफुल see 3 chapters we could chant few more are there that we will enjoy ओम अथ श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदांतर्गत तैत्तिरीय आरण्यकांतर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद ओम यस्मात् जातं जगत् सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रलीयते येनेदं चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं तैत्तिरीयकसारस्य मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरचयिनां हि व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते अथ प्रथमा शिक्षा वल्ली प्रथमोऽनुवाकः शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतो तद्वक्तारमवतो अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् ओम शांति 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 समस्त ब्रह्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः परब्रह्मणे नमः श्रुतिमात्रे नमः having saluted Brahma Tattva, Shruti Mata, Devatas and Guru Tattva, Guru Parampara and our own Guru, we are trying to study Taittiriya Upanishad with Bhagawan Shri Adi Shankara's Bhashya to know the ultimate goal and means of our own life. One thing we have to be very certain about is as we were saying it a few days back, that we have to come to the level of intellect's inquiry from the level of mind's emotions and the perceptions of the senses. Those who are living only at the sense perceptions, emotions, and projections of the mind, they will always be in the delusion only of the projected world of multiplicity. Only those who have come to the level of intellect, meaning started to ask, think, question, inquire, only those are the ones who will be able to starting to understand what is unreal, what is real, what is permanent, what is temporary, what is binding and liberating, what is the self and not self. And this coming to the level of intellect, of thinking inquiry, should be supported by the Shastra Jnana as taught by the experienced and the kind and concerned hearted Guru. So, Guru Upadesha, Shastra Upadesha, using it when we ourselves use our own intellect for our own inquiry contemplation, we only come out of our own delusory misunderstandings and misconceptions. We come to our own correct understandings. Thus, we liberate ourselves from our own bondage created by our own selves. So who is binding me? Me. What is the bondage? Anything other than the Atma Anubhuti. Then who has to liberate myself? But who gives me the push, etc.? The Guru Shastra Satsanga. But are they there permanently? Yes. But will their effort alone gives me mukti? No. Then who has to do? It is me. What I have to do? Inquire. On the basis of what? The knowledge given by the Guru. From where? The Shastra. About what? The Atma and Atma Viveka. To this conviction when we come up dekho, then our true journey for self unfoldment starts. When we come to intellectual level itself, to a great extent we have conquered the world. Conquered means we can withdraw ourselves from the world. If we have not come up to intellectual inquiry level, we are fully lost into the world. बौद्धिक विचार में आ गए तो थोड़ा थोड़ा प्रपंच विश्व संसार से हम बाहर आना शुरू करते हैं. And again here also through the Upanishad Vidya of Satya Satya, slowly what is Satya Satya we come to know. Yet our habits, our vasanas, they still remain again and again to pull us into the worldliness, even though we are struggling to be spiritually growing. That is why the need of the Karma Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Upasana Yoga, to clean that dust, to clean that dirt, to free us from those clutches. That is how a spiritual person with complete understanding does his best to evolve. सबका मूल विचार क्या है? It is me who is bound. It is me who has to get liberated. It is me who has to do sadhana for it. But none of the sadhana sadhya at this moment I know. Therefore, I need somebody to guide me. The eternally existing Shastras are there to guide. But Shastra directly I can't understand. Therefore, I need the Guru. So go to the Guru, from him listen to the Shastra, through the Shastra Jnanam, know the goal and means, and having known it, pursue the means to reach the goal. We now, with last few years of our effort, slowly removing the cobwebs and tamogunas, slowly coming to the sattva. Some more time if we continue these things, that this is my goal and these are my sadhanas or means, we start becoming stronger in that. The more we are stronger in our conviction about Paramatma as the goal and Adhyatma sadhana as the means, the more we will be able to do sadhana, reduce the samsara. Never ever attended Upanishad classes, never ever understood that Paramatma is the goal, never ever understood any of the means. Imagine that mind and intellect, a deluded mind, a confused mind, a mind fully lost into the worldliness only of samsara. We were all like that till some time back. Now, slowly by Ishvara Guru Shruti Mata Krupa, which we are invoking by being regular and sincere, we are coming to the correct understandings. It's only the beginning. Still, the Paramatma alone is a Laksham. It is still vague. So too, Adhyatmic sadhana is the only thing to do which I have come as a human. Even this conviction also not yet come. Then the entire samsara is the bondage. That conviction also has not come. Samsara is made as bondage by my own wrong efforts. Even this understanding also not yet strongly come into us. All are required. The samsara binds me, the bondage of samsara is self created, and these are the sadhanas to come out of the bandhanam, and this is the atma sthiti, jnana sthiti, mukta sthiti. These things still we have to learn. Why? Because again, with the mana buddhi filled with rajas and tamas only, we are listening to all this, not with shuddha sattva guna yukta mana. शुद्ध सत्वगुण वाला मन से सुन लिया तो फटाफट सब समझ में आने लगता है स्पष्ट रूप से। सेकंड टाइम बोलने की जरूरत नहीं। बट स्टिल फॉर वेरियस रीजंस वी हैव दोज लोड्स ऑफ तमस एंड रजस इन द माइंड इवन मेंटेन्ड एवरी डे। The food we take, the programs we watch, the topics we discuss, the papers we read, all of that called as medhaya pihitaha, that called as laukika prajna, is continuously making us rajotamo not allowing us to be sattva guni, to be able to clearly understand the goal and means, even though it is heard so many times, told so many times. So that thing we have to recognize, then slowly by reducing them, coming into the sattva guna through upasana japa adi, then we'll be able to listen, to that clarion call, the lion roaring of Shruti Mata and the Gurus who are telling, oh my friend, what you are seeking, the infinite bliss, is not there, it is here. And how to reach to this? This is what at the pitch of their voice they are shouting right from the beginning of creation for every of the jiva who is bound in samsara. Those who are able to listen, they are able to respond and slowly turn their attention and movement towards the call of the sages and rishis and reach to their own liberation. And those who are deaf to hear, not ready to hear, even though listening but not showing interest because their interest is lost somewhere else. For them, these sounds never attract, so they enjoy the other sounds only. But many janmas, punya phala, guru upasana phala, daiva anugraha phala, daiva upasana phala, makes us listen to that call of the saints and rishis. What they are saying through all Upanishads, what you are seeking, the anandam, the mukti, is not where you are searching. It is here. What you want is beautiful, but where you are searching for it is ugly. Instead of giving you what you want, it is taking away whatever you have also. So then samsara is what? Seeking the right goal in a wrong place. Right goal is every jiva wants the mukti. No bandhanam. Bandhan se dukh hota hai. Every jiva wants the nirankusha trupti, ananda, shashvata ananda only. Every jiva, smaller than the smallest to the highly evolved devata, sharira, jiva also. But where they are searching is the one. Wrong places they are going on searching. That is called as moha or delusion. डिल्यूजन मोह मीन्स क्या है? दो लेवल उसके क्या चाहिए वो समझ में नहीं आना। इवन समझ भी गए उसको कहाँ मिलता है वो वहाँ गलत फहमी होना। इट इज मोह। सो थिंकिंग दैट वी शुड नीड ऑब्जेक्ट्स इज फर्स्ट मोह। Objects are not the needs of the human mind. Ananda is the need. Sukha is the need, not the objects or the things or the people. That is the first clarity of delusion. Little deep when we become the stronger in our thinking, deeper. In seeking every object or the person or situation, through them what we are seeking is Ananda. If we can come to that level, then the greatest achievement happens, that I need not run behind the people or things or the situations, because that is not my goal. My goal is Anand. To such extent, to such extent, the delusion of running behind people will go away when I know what I am seeking is Anand. Then the second thing comes. This Ananda, where is it available? Not in the world of objects, things, and beings, but that is your own essential nature. If the second clarity comes, then the second delusion of seeking the Ananda in the world, that also goes away. Then one truly becomes introverted to discover the self, which is Ananda Sarupa, or to discover the Ananda, which is the nature of the self. He is called a completely matured Adhyatmika Sadhaka. And towards that only, through this listening of Shastras, slowly we are given a chance to travel. Then we should have faith in Guru and Shastra in ourselves. When you are convinced, you need not be told. At the level of non-conviction, what is that which puts us on the path is only Shraddha. टुडे आज मुझे कन्विक्शन नहीं है, समझदारी नहीं है, लेकिन टुमारो डे आफ्टर इट विल हैपन, एंड दैट कम्स टू मी with the grace of Guru and Shastra. Let me continue listening. That is the one slowly equips us. That's called surrender. Those who have not put due efforts to understand, now are having the qualification to understand, and also little egoistic of non-surrender and non-shraddha, they come to 2 3 classes and they think it is nothing, I can't understand. They go away back into their own samsara. We should guard ourselves against such type of mistakes or follies. समझ में आया ना आए आज, कल को आएगा, और कहाँ आएगा? ओनली व्हेन वी स्टडी शास्त्र इन द क्लास फ्रॉम द गुरु. मैं जिंदगी में छोड़ूंगा नहीं. दैट स्लोली along with our other upasanas and dharma karma equips us with this clear understanding. This Paramatma is the goal, Adhyatmika sadhana is the means. Clear? Now may we all that way be every day invoking Guru Parampara Kripa, also the Narayana Kripa, Ishtadeva Kripa, Shruti Mata Kripa, and be regular so that we evolve truly in our understanding of goal and means. Having said so, we are discussing nowadays one of the beautiful, profound topics of karma and jnana samuchaya in giving the mukti. Okay? This is the topic going on. The Purva Pakshi, 4 points he says, Siddhanti rejects all the 4 with the Shruti quotations and logic and establishes his fifth point. That is how this discussion. And the basis or the common thing in both of them is what? Mukti Prapti. Both of them want mukti only. Siddhanti as well as Purvapakshi. The Purvapakshi says moksha is available only through karma. Or karma supported by vidya. Or karma vidya samarupa. Or vidya supported by karma. These are the 4 things in which the Purvapakshi himself is evolving actually, came up to the 4th level. Then the last one, what Siddhanti tries to prove is, it is only through Vidya, Atma Prapti and Moksha comes. Here, Lesha Matra also, karma is not required for moksha. Karma, why Shrutis gave then? Why we have to do the karma? Each of these questions have to be thoroughly, logically, scripturally should be answered. That is what the prayasa, the effort was going on in last 1 week while following the Bhashyam. And actually, we are having so many texts to study, and after this class, there are 23 hours more gap for the next class. Therefore, we are missing continuity. But in 1 year, what we should do, I am going to do it what? No second text is taken. Only one text, Subha se Sham tak Cheche class, Osika. So that the continuity is maintained. In 10-15 days time, the whole thing is thoroughly understood. Right now, the mind seeks variety. Therefore, we are doing so many texts. Otherwise, Taittiriya Liya to Subha class, नाश्ता करके आए और एक क्लास, फिर दोपहर में, शाम को एक, thus the theme is developed. Clearly the whole subject is understood in its continuity and connection. By the way, now we'll do it. अब तो हम बच्चे हैं, अभी शुरू किया है, ईश्वर की कृपा हो रही है और भी होता रहेगा. Now, what was the discussion latest to? कि if you are denying karma, Shruti Virodha is happening. Please answer it. Because Shruti has done the Vihitatva. Vihita means must be done. The karma must be done. This is the statement of Shruti, thousands of places. How Siddhanti started to explain? Please remember, first of all, the Shruti Mata, even though she is talking about karma, her main purpose is to give the Chaturtha Purushartha called as moksha. उसको पहले आप बोलो मत. Else, there is no meaning in the Shastra, there is no meaning in the sadhaka to study the Shastra if it is not for the moksha. That's how he started. Purushartha Upadesha Paratvat Shrutina. Then he explained to us. What is that? The avidya is the one because of which we are in samsara. By giving us the vidya and through that by removing the avidya, the Shruti wants to give us moksha. Okay? Therefore, vidya upadesha para tavat Shruti samsarat purusha mokshaitavyaha इति संसार हेतोः अविद्यायाः विद्या निवृत्तिः कर्तव्या इति विद्या प्रकाशकत्वेन प्रवृत्ता इति न निरोधः. Nobody will object this point. Now here Shruti being Mata, so as a mother, my child will come from the school or college or the play, he'll be very hungry. So he must be given food. He'll be tired. He should be given some rest. You know how the mother feels for the child, makes the arrangements. In the same way, Shruti Mata also. See, the hetu of the samsara is the avidya. Till the avidya is not removed, the samsara bandha will not go. For my children, all these sadhakas are the human beings. And how the samsara will go away? By avidya nivrutti. How the avidya nivritta happens, nivritti? Only by vidya prapti. Therefore, Shruti Mata is giving vidya to remove the avidya and avidya janita samsara bandhana. So Shruti Mata is feeling, I must give vidya to these human beings or jiva sadhakas so that they are freed from avidya, avidya janita samsara. So my child will come home, I'll give him these hot snacks or the food, he will eat and relaxed. See that the tone of him. Vidya upadesha para tavat shruti. देखो श्रुति माता विद्या उपदेश को ही परम लक्ष्य मानती हुई कि संसारात पुरुषः मोक्षयितव्यः. The human beings have to be liberated from the samsara. Iti, in this way in our mind, samsara hetoho avidyayaha. The hetu of the samsara called as avidya, uska vidya nivrutti kartavya. Through vidya, its removal should be done. Like with hunger, he will come. By giving him the food, the hunger should be removed. In that way, vidya इति संसार हेतोः अविद्यायाः विद्यया निवृत्ति कर्तव्या इति विद्या प्रकाशकत्वेन प्रवृत्ता. Therefore, the Shruti Mata has tightened her all that pollu and everything. She is doing this vidya pravartakatvam. Vidya prakash karne में प्रवृत्त है. In giving her the Atmavidya, the Shruti Mata is initiating herself. प्रवृत्त हो रही है. Clear this one. This was accepted undoubtedly because in such clear terms it is said. Purvapakshi accepted. But still his one question remains unanswered. But karma bhi bataya na Shruti mein. Siddha vidya par kar lo. Why did she say the karma? So the answer given is what? Ki kartradi set of the things, karta, karma, karma phala, lokantara prapti, all of that, this Shruti did not initiate. When we went to Shruti Mata, we carried the load of all that. Clear? Now, to unload this load of ours, be attentive. The Shruti has given as the injunctions of the karma, for what purpose? See, remember, there is something in us called as upatta durita. That upatta durita is the cause for seeking something other than the self. The upatta durita, called as vasanas, are the cause for having the desires in the mind. So, to remove the upatta durita, the Shruti is giving the karma to be done, only the dharma karma without any phalapeksha, to remove that obstacle. If this thing, in this discussion, भगवान शंकरा और पूर्व पक्षी के बीच में जो डिस्कशन हो रहा है ना, एक एक जो इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट है, इफ यू आर एबल टू डाइजेस्ट इट, great leaps we'll have in our spiritual understanding and sadhana. Like this is an example. We have come with the loads of vasanas, which are becoming desires. Therefore, only that will be told in the next para again. Therefore, only we are extroverted, and thus we are not able to focus on the internal self, which is the giver of moksha. Then, how to make him introverted? As long as his extrovertedness is not reduced, he can't be introverted. What is making him extroverted? Desires. Where are the desires arising from? From the vasanas. Therefore, what is to be done? The vasanas have to be removed. How the vasanas have to be removed? Those karmas which are done for fulfilling the desires because of vasana. Same karmas, when they are not done, when they are done not for fulfilling desires, be attentive. Not for fulfilling desires, but to purify the heart. This much, if we alter in the purpose, this much alteration or editing, if you can do in purpose, entire upata durita goes away. For that purpose only Shruti Mata gave the karma to be done. देखो, some vasanaye hai, they have come out to the intellect level as desires. Okay, now the action has to be done for that. Now the action to be done, if it is for fulfilling the desire, desires will grow away. If it is to purify the antakarana, then the same action purifies the antakarana. That means removes the upata durita. Therefore, what change we have to bring in our intellectual conviction? That I have to get liberated. Liberation is through ATMAVIDYA. The ATMAVIDYA is abstracted because of my Bahirmukhata. Bahirmukhata is because of the desires. Desires are because of vasanas. So I have to eliminate the vasanas. How? By performing in this life, not for fulfilling desire, but to remove the desires, to remove the vasanas. Because the more we go on involving in the world to fulfill desire, they go on getting added. And there is no end to it, even millions of lives. That is what was going on so far till this life. Now we are changing the orientation. Goal is Atma Prapti, means is the Vidya. It is done through Antarmukhata. Antarmukhata is achieved by eliminating vasanas. Vasanas eliminated by working in the outer world without desire, fulfillment of desire, but for the sake of Antakarana Shuddhi. That's what yoginaha karma kurvanti sangam tyaktva atma shuddhaye. योग सूत्र में सब में ही हम कोट करते हैं, गीता में बताया कि नहीं, योगिनः आत्मयोगिनः कर्म कुर्वन्ति, व्हाट फॉर? संगम त्यक्त्वा. संगम मीन्स डिजायर के लिए अटैचमेंट, लिविंग द अटैचमेंट फॉर द डिजायर एंड फुलफिलमेंट फॉर द सेक ऑफ अंतःकरण शुद्धि. They are doing karma. They are called yogi, sadhakas. Like I am doing this pravachan. There can be a sangha to this pravachan expecting outer results. Then this becomes a samsara. But this karma when I am doing, not for any sangha for the karma phala, but for my atma shuddhi. What is atma shuddhi? I have the vasanas, desires of giving pravachana and shastras. Even though it's a good vasana, but still it is a vasana. That's what comes in Yoga Sutra, klishtaha aklishtaha. ये पाप कर्म नहीं है, लेकिन ये कर्म ही है जो परमात्मा प्राप्ति का विघ्न है. Therefore, when I go on doing 5 classes, 6 classes per day for 5 more years, few more years, from within, all that khujri will go away. Then I stop all that and you also will be very happy. First liberated are you. Then I become introverted for my meditation because this vasana is exhausted. If I do this work for any outer phala, to become famous, to do this, then I am becoming samsari only. Work done is very sacred, but the phala received is absolutely third rate of outer thing. Is called as samsari. Uttama karma, the one who does for the outer result, is a useless samsari. Even a routine karma also, the one who does it for the antakarana shuddhi, followed by the atma jnana, is the highest yoga. So, one cobweb should go away from our heart now. In this world, we are there to perform only our duties without any phalapeksha and not creating any new desires also. New desire create nahi karna, and whatever dharma we have to do with phalapeksha rahita. Result of all that we have to see in the purification of antakarna. What antakarna purity? No raga, no dvesha. We have to ensure that my heart is free from rag, because वहाँ जहाँ राग द्वेष है वहाँ बहिर्मुखता होता है. Then we work towards are forced by those raga dvesh. He is a samsara. Sadhaka is discovering self, but he is not able to establish in the self or meditation because he is bahirmukha. Raga dvesha are making us bahirmukha. Raga dvesha is born from vasanas. So again and again we have to insist for this intellectual conviction that I am a human being doing only my outer dharmas for my introvertedness, for my inner purification. My goal is nothing of the outer world. My goal is the inner self-realization. इस बात में जितना strong होएंगे, we are coming out of the delusion that there is something outside and I can get this and that. वही तो हम करी जा रहे हैं इतने जन्मों से, ढूंढी जा रहे हैं. वो सब कुछ मिल रहा है लेकिन वो नहीं मिल रहा जिसके लिए ढूंढ. We all want happiness. We are getting money. We are getting friends. We are getting relatives. We are getting name and fame. We are getting everything but not happiness. अगर मिलता है then you could have stayed there only. Why do you go for something? The fact that you are leaving this and going somewhere itself shows that this did not give you happiness. If it gives you stay, is it not? Think coolly. People are getting everything but not what they are wanting, called as happiness. And they will never get also, including we. Why? It is not outside, it is inside. याद रखना, आनंद आत्मा का स्वरूप है. तो उस स्वरूप में हम स्थित हो गए तो आनंदी हो जाते हैं. That's it. This much conviction to get how many years we have to listen to Vedanta. Then the conviction leads to only 3-4 sadhanas. Outer dharmas are fulfilled but not for outer results. The result of that is seen in the antakarana shuddhi. Shuddha antakarana is calm and quiet. With the calm and quiet mind, the Mahavakya Upadesha given by the Guru is taken, in which our essential nature, through that Jadaja Lakshana, is proved to be Sachidananda, and we slowly move towards that identity. Now our identity is what? I am a Jiva with Dehadi. At that time, I am Sachidananda Atma. हो गया, ये मोक्ष है. So here the Purva Pakshi is very clearly answered. What is that? कि यथा प्राप्तमेव कारक अस्तित्वम उपादाय. Karaka, Karta, Karma, they are there. This is not the thought told by Shruti, but you and I who are going to study Shruti, we are carrying this load. उसी को लेकर हमारे अंदर ही जो कारक कर्ता कर्म को वैल्यू जो हम देते हैं उसी को लेकर उपात दुर्दक्षयार्थम, for clearing us in our heart the forces which are pushing us out to clean those upatta durita. Is clear what is upatta durita? Upatta is collected, durita is vasanas from many lives. Vasanas means impressions, the urges, the tendencies, the habitual errors of being extroverted, running for this and that. This is called upatta durito. मतलब क्या हुआ कि when we are on seat of meditation, when the thoughts are coming of the worldly things and beings, we must become very clear that we have the vasanas of them. Those vasanas, those tendencies, those impressions will always push us extroverted, never make us focus introvertedly to see the self. Therefore, these vasanas in me, which are expressing as thoughts on my mind when I am sit for meditation, they have to be eliminated. Then only the vasana mukta antakarana allows me to inquire about the inner self. This conviction we should get. अब तक आया कि नहीं देख लो, नहीं आया तो we have to do. Same time, new vasanas I should not create because again they will pull me out. Again I have to do some other karma yoga to eliminate them. In the meantime, again I am postponing my the Atma Jnanam or Moksha. We have to talk to ourselves in this way. Is it getting? Upata Durita, many lives collected impressions. It's all collected. Like in this life also, many friends, many projects, we went on talking about them, thinking about them. They have become the vasanas in us. They are the ones who are coming on the surface of mind when we are trying to do our internal sadhanas of japa, puja, dhyanam, ityadi. So these are all collected above me. Like when I close my eyes, straight my meditation, suddenly I remember people, Mano. So why I am remembering people? That is the vasana. I had some expectation from them, or they have fulfilled some of my expectation. So I enjoyed that, then I created an impression of it. Now they are coming in my mind. And those durita can be of the sukha as well as dukkha. Is it not? Those who gave me dukkha, they also are remembered. Those who gave me sukha, they also. Both are vasanas. Anything of the world, when it is valued as reality, and I, the perceiver of it as reality, that becomes a vasana. Clear? And that is why the Jagat Mithyatva Jnanam is the first step for spirituality. Then only at every time when the world is remembered, we understand it is Mithya, therefore it should not be valid, it should not be valued, then only we can. Like yesterday, Rama Bhagavan first said that only. The Vishaya Bhogas are like Megavitana Vidyut, and every of the examples he gave. Oh, beautiful that Adhyatma Ramayanam of yesterday and today and tomorrow. Excellent. We are so lucky all our texts are going in coordination with each other to give us required inspiration, information. सो सिंपल भैया श्रुति ने कर्म के विषय का कोई भी इंसिस्टेंस नहीं किया बट दोज आर स्टडिंग श्रुति दे ओनली ब्रॉट द कर्म कारक कर्म फल impressions श्रुति using that only and telling them to do this karma definitely not for giving atmavidya the moksha but for removing the pratibandha the obstacles which are the upata durita. That's why he says here कि how beautiful it is कि कारक अस्तित्व उपादाय उपात्त दुरितक्षयार्थम कर्माणि विदधत् शास्त्रम मुमुक्षूणाम and phalarthinam for the phalarthi also those karma kanda told for getting the phala and they as I told yesterday very deeply as much I am real so much the karma is real so much the karma phala is real like in the dream. You wake up everything is delusion. Therefore, are these karma phala uttama lokas there? Swamiji, if you ask it, relatively they are there. When you consider yourself as jiva with the upadhi, definitely they are there for you. They are relative. But absolutely, the jiva himself is delusion. Clear? Jiva bhava is a delusion, no? Then how can there be his karma and karma phala be real? Like dreamer himself is delusion. So the dreamer's actions, the result of that, he is going to different lokas in the dream. Also are real there only. When you wake up, he is unreal. Is it not? When you wake up, the dreamer is unreal, but he went to a hotel. That hotel is real. Hotel is a loka. Do we consider it? As much unreal or delusory was the dreamer, so much are the lokas where he went. He did his work of booking a taxi, took his family members. These are all karma. The karma phala is what? Having the food. And where is the food is available? In the hotel. So that hotel rupee loka and in that particular chairs, he sat, ordered and ate everything. All that is karma phala. Is it not in the dream? But the karma phala, the karma phala loka and the karta, all of them when you wake up are illusions. In the same way, At the relative plane, Shruti accepts the presence of all Uttama lokas. For the phala as the karma, punya karma. Also for the papa karma, the adhama lokas, they are all accepted at the level of what is it? Delusion, illusion only. At the relative level, not the absolute. If this can deeply enter into our understanding, we can consider that we are becoming Vedanti. Shastra हमारे अंदर घुस रहा है. And this is the going to be the answer for all our delusory runnings behind the world. Still, it's only at the very not a tender level, very soft level. अभी वो sapling आ रहा है. It will become a gigantic tree. Then only it will give us the fruits. It's not like the women conceived. 2 ही महीने हुए, 7 महीने she let wait. Then only she will deliver. In the same way, here also, just these thoughts are entering into us. Garbhaiva subrto garbhinivihi dive diva idya jaguru adbir havishmadbir manushyevi ragnihi. Taittiriya Kathopanishad we studied how we have to protect this wisdom till it becomes a conflagration of fire in which we burn all our ignorances. Now, clear? Shruti gave karma to do for the upata durita kshaya. And also for karma phalarthi, the same Shruti told same karma. But you decide you are the moksharthi or karma phalarthi. If you are karma phalarthi, you are a samsari. If you are a moksharthi, yes, you must do those karma for antakarana shuddhi. Therefore, karmas are there for upata durita kshaya, not for vidya. Vidya of Atma is through the Vidya, Atma Anubhava is gained. Further, karma is not required that way, direct cause. Indirectly, it is helping only to undo. Yesterday, we used this word to undo what we have done, the karma is used. So, and na karaka astitve vyapriyate means what? Just because the Shruti Mata told the karma, never mean that the karma is insisted or compelled by Shruti. ओनली फॉर दोज अंतकरण में जिनकी अशुद्धि है उनके लिए है वो. एंड थ्रू द टोल्ड कर्मास व्हेन द अंतकरण बिकम शुद्ध न कर्मणा न प्रजया धनेन, सेम श्रुति टोल्ड. एवरीवेयर इज इट नॉट देयर कि यू आर टोल्ड टू वॉश द वेसल्स टिल व्हाट टाइम? टिल द क्लीनिंग ऑफ द वेसल्स हैपेंस. विल यू कंटिन्यू टू डू दैट? यू कॉल योर सर्वेंट, घर साफ करो. अब कर दिया, और करते थोड़ी रहते हो. एक बार साफ हो गया घर, वो कर्म छोड़ देते हैं कि नहीं? सो टू एक बार अंतकरण शुद्ध हो गया तो श्रुति टेल्स अस टू फोकस ऑन अवर आत्मविद्या. इट विल नॉट इनफैक्ट द कर्म बिकम बॉन्डेड दैट टाइम. अब छोड़ना ही पड़ेगा उसको. सो द सटल पॉइंट इज व्हाट हियर? कारक अस्तित्वे न व्याप्रियते मीन्स व्हाट? श्रुति इज नॉट टेलिंग द कारक आदि आर रियल ऑल द टाइम. दे आर ओनली फॉर रिमूविंग उपात्त दुरित. Clear? Then he says, very important sentence, upachita durita pratibandhasya hi vidya utpati na avakalpate. This is $1,000,000 point you have to listen. As long as the many lives collected, upachita, durita, the papas or the vasanas are there, that continues to be the pratibandha for the vidya of the Atma. Vidya utpatti में ये उपचित दुरित प्रतिबंध है. Underline this point. Feel the meaning of this sentence. To put it in our own layman's language, my own many lives collected vasanas are the reasons, are pratibandha, obstructions for me not getting the Atmavidya. What is Atmavidya? This is the self, this is the nature of the self. Then this Atmavidya we avoid in, it becomes Atma Anubhuti. That gives us moksha. Atma Anubhuti gives the moksha, and Atma is already there. But the Atma का विद्या नहीं है, and अनात्मा को हम आत्मक मानकर बैठ गए अभी. Then Anatma is understood as Anatma and thrown away. Atma is understood through Atma Vidya. In that understanding we get abided. This is called as Atma Bodha or Anubhuti. That gives moksha. But that is why you see, Atma Vidya removes avidya. What happens then? Experience comes of what? Atma, which is ever there. It's not created. Karma also never creates Atma Jnanam. Atma Vidya also never creates. Vidya only, it is Jnapakam, natu Karakam. Remember that? The Jnanam of the Atma only reveals the ever existing Atma, not creating. Like karma. Karma also never created. Now, see what is the sentence here? Upachita durita pratibandasya hi vidya utpati na avakalpate. Tatkshaye, when that upachita durita ka kshay ho jata hai to vidya utpati syat. When the vidya comes, tataha cha avidya nivrittihi, tataha atyantika samsara uparamaha. When the avidya completely is eliminated with vidya, the samsara will never be there. When the avidya is removed by the vidya, only because avidya the samsara is there, samsara goes away. See what the vidya does? One side, removing the avidya removes the samsara. Second side, revealing the atmanubhuti gives us moksha. Therefore, keep on studying the Atma Vidya, giving Shastras, Upadeshas, and go on contemplating only on that. Until all this listening and study becomes internal or introverted, we have not yet started becoming sadhaka. Whether you as a listener, me as a speaker. I have to internalize all this knowledge into onto myself. Everywhere I have to bring my own point. Actually, I am the all-pervading Atma, but now I am living life of Jiva with the Upadhis forcefully because of my inner vasanas. So when I unload my vasanas with the Karma Yoga Ityadi, and I myself, when I get the Atma Vidya about myself, and when that Atma Vidya removes the avidya that I am a Jiva, then the same Atma Vidya helps me in establishing in my real self. These things without any vagueness, when they are pakka, with this knowledge, very highly subtly it has all the time available. We are, whatever we are doing, will be sadhana. Therefore, at this level, we have to come to this maturity. Is sadhana is not 1 or 2 hours per day. It is 24 hours till the Atma Anubhuti comes. Depending on at what mood of the mind that time, that particular sadhana we do. Therefore, karma, bhakti, jnana, all the yogas also we keep on doing every day to remove the upatta durita and not allowing new to form. When that day the mood is absolute sattvika, we only sit quietly and do the Atma Chintan, I am Atma, Brahma, Aham Brahmasmi. Every time that's not possible. Therefore, whenever the mind is forcing outside, then we do karma yoga adi and see that the new things are not added, the existing things are exhausted. That is how a matured sadhaka pakka understands for himself what station he is in, what sadhana to be done. When we become more closer to Guru and Shastra, take them into confidence and discuss, all these clarities will come. उसके बाद देखो, he is a पक्का साधक है. No, nothing can distract him, disturb him. Wherever he is, he knows he is sadhak. If he goes nowhere, unless it's a compulsion, even if he goes there, he is sadhak only. And unless somebody is not compelling, he is in himself, wherever he is there, all alone by himself, pursuing his own adhyatmic pragati. Try to seek that. Try to seek that in the heart. May I be left with myself for my own internal realization. Or mil gaya mano, then you are the most lucky person. Use that. Use that for internal evolution or unfoldment. Now, the next para is such a beautiful one. Many times we studied in different contexts the same thing. But यहाँ जो स्पष्टता से बता रहे, every sentence I'll explain and pause and try to catch the most important topic there. If these very salient knowledges are not gained, the contrary ignorances will not go away. Then we are listening, but it is not becoming knowledge. Therefore, the ignorance is never going away. Therefore, we are remaining the same. ज्ञान दृढ़ होना है ना, तभी जाकर अज्ञान जाएगा. नहीं तो हमको ज्ञान ऊपर ऊपर है, अज्ञान से ही जीते जा रहे हैं हम. You know, the sign of ignorance is what? Still we are worldly. Still we are looking at the external world for some sukha and all that. इसका मतलब क्या है? We are very strong in our ignorance. Knowledge proves to us that the sukha is not there outside, it is inside you. This is the main thing, first step of knowledge. Then only you become spiritual. Spiritual person means who is seeking the inner self. For him, all the outer sadhanas are told to pull him from outside to inside. They are called Bahiranga sadhana. They are called Karma Yoga, the Bhakti Yogas. Then the Antaranga sadhana is Ashtanga Yoga ityadi. That's how it is. Now, see the next paragraph. एक line सुनना कि अपिचा means more so. क्या है कि अनात्मदर्शिनः ही अनात्म विषयः कामः. अनात्मदर्शिनः ही अनात्म विषयः कामः. The one who is seeing something as other than the self, to that person only, towards that thing there is kamana. Pause it. Allow it to sink inside. For an anatmadarshi, only there is a kamana for that anatma mastu. If something is other than me, towards that only I will have desire. Anatmadarshinaha hi anatma vishaya kamaha. Point 1. I am seeing something other than me, then toward that I have a desire. Like I see a mango on the tree. Anatma have mango. Immediately I get a desire for mango. So that darshana is through eyes also, ears also. Somebody tells us that place is so beautiful, scenic beauty is there. That place is heard as something other than me naturally. Immediately I'll get a kamana, chalo, let me also go there. Anatmadarshinaha hi anatma vishayaha kama. In this only, that's what I am saying, every sentence is powerful. In this sentence only, there is a solution and jnanam also. When he says anatma darshinaha anatma vishaya kamaha, reverse it, atma darshinaha na kamaha. अनात्मदर्शी को ही अनात्म विषय का कामना होता है. And anatma darshana is avidya. Because there is nothing other than atma. Anatmadarshinaha hi anatma vishayaha kamaha. So, when I see something as other than me, then only I have desire for it. Point 1. Second one. Second is what? Kamayamana hacha. The one who is this way, prompted with the desire, alone karoti karmani. See the two steps? Without desire, will I do karma? No. Without accepting something as other than the self, will I have the desire? No. Therefore, accepting something as other than me is the cause of desire. Desire is the cause for karma. Now, once the karma is done, tataha, once the karma is done, that phala of the karma will have to come to us. Tataha tat phala upabhogaya. To get the upabhoga of that phala, to enjoy that phala, it is sukha or dukkha, whatever is phala, shariradi upadana lakshana samsaraha. To do the upabhoga of that karma phala, shariradi upadana lakshana samsaraha, the samsara of obtaining the newer and newer either bodies or the identities or the upadis or the places, etc. जिसको संसार कहते हैं. शरीरादि उपादान लक्षण संसार. For what? That phala upabhogartham. Which phala? Which is to come to us. Because of what? For the karma. Why did you do karma? Because of desire. Where is the desire come from? Anatma darshanam. So seeing something as other than self, desire toward that thing, karma is done to get that karma phala, to fulfill the desire. I am given or I am sent to or I will go to those places, etc. That's called as samsara. कि ततः तत्फल उपभोगाय शरीरादि उपादान लक्षण संसार. Sharira, Indriya, ityadi, all are given to us to give the result of the karma done by us, and the karma was done because of the kamana. Now, how spashta is this thought if you are very sattvic while listening it, while contemplating on it? ठीक है, तो लेट टेक एन एग्जाम्पल ऑफ अ पिकॉक. तो द पिकॉक के अंदर कौन है? जीव है. फॉर दैट जीव, बिकॉज ऑफ सम डिजायर, he did such karma. The fulfillment of desire for that jiva is possible only in the peacock's body in that particular place. Therefore, that jiva is given that body, given that place, and given those things for his karma phala bhog. So to take a crow, so to take a buffalo, a cow, so to look at all the people around. Who are they? The jivas in those bodies. In that body, why that jiva is there, and why all those circumstances around him of these parents, these brothers, these houses, these money, all of them are the karma phala of the karma done by him earlier out of his desire. Desire is always possible when you see something as other than self. Having this way, unlike the peacock, crow, and buffalo, and the other, look into yourself. I am in this around world with this dehadi upadi. Through that, what I am getting every day, the sukha dukkha, they are the karma phalas. Why? Because I have done the karma. How? Because I had the desire. And how? I have seen something other than this self. अनात्मदर्शिनः एव अनात्मविषयकः कामः. कामयमान एव करोति कर्माणि तत्फल उपभोगार्थं शरीरादि उपादान लक्षण संसारः प्रवर्तते. How many times required? So many times we should study or think or chant this sentence till it becomes very clear. देखो कितनी स्पष्टता है भगवान शंकरास भाष्य. Clear? This is first portion. Now, in contrast to this is the second third. This is all the avidya kshetra. Now, he's talking about vidya kshetra. Now, tat vyatirekena, just in contrast with what is said, be attentive. Atma ekatva darshinaha, the one who has seen one without second self everywhere. Atma ekatva darshinaha, vishaya abhavat. There is no vishaya of to him other than him. विषय कुछ दिखता है विषयी से हटकर. विषय इज नोवर, विषय इज नोन. तो आत्मा एकत्व दर्शिनः, when he is seen everything as one self only. In the evening Bhagavata class, see, till मद्भावः उपजायते, यावत् सर्वेषु भूतेषु मद्भावः उपजायते तावत् परिपश्यन् मनोवाक्काय कर्मभिः उपासीत, तावदेव उपासीत मनोवाक्काय कर्मभिः. See that Bhagavatam? Exactly. When a person has become Atmadarshi, tad vyatirekena Atma Ekatva Darshina. Atma Ekatva Darshi means there is only one thing in the entire world, no two, and that one is Atma. I alone am everything. Atma Ekatva Darshina. Vishaya Abhavat. Is there any Vishaya other than him when he has seen oneself everywhere? No. Kama Anupapattihi. Then how can there be desire in him? Then another thing is what? Atmanicha Ananyatvat. Self being one without second, and the earlier one, Kama Anupapattau. There is no desire. All pervading self is discovered. Therefore, there is nothing other than him. Therefore, there is no desire for anything. Kama Anupapattau. Where will we go now? So, Atmani Avasthanam only. That is called as moksha. See, he discovered the self. Self is discovered to be everywhere. Because of that, there is nothing other than self. There is no desire. Thus, desire related samsara is not there. Then what is there? Abidance in the self. That's called as moksha. Tad vyatirekena atma ekatva darshinaha. See, through the shastra adhyanam and meditation, you have discovered one self only permeating everywhere. And this is where a lot of steps are there. Outside also, you have to transcend the Nama Rupa and reach to Sachidananda Brahma. Inside also, we have to transcend Panchakoshas and reach to the Atma. Then that Brahma and Atma are one. That is called as Atma Ekatva Darshana. One that Eka Atma ka darshan ho gaya. From that side, when you see, everything is that and that alone. There is nothing other than it. When there is nothing other than it, for what there will be a desire? Only when there is desire, there is karma. Then to get the karma phala, there is samsara, janma marna. ये सब होगा ही नहीं उनको. तब आत्म एकत्वदर्शी के लिए एक तरफ विषय नहीं है, संसार नहीं है, दूसरी तरफ कामना भी नहीं है. Then what is there in him? He gets abided in his own self. Kama anupavattau, so atmanavasthanam. This is called as moksha. Iti ataha api, because of this reason also, vidya karmanoho virodaha. Are vidya is this one, karma is that one. In the Atma Vidya, Atma is found to be one without second. There is no second thing. Therefore, there is no desire. And the self is anyanya. There are no two selves. Then when the desire is not there, samsara is not there of karma phala ityadi, karma phala, he abides in self. Whereas in the karma kshetra, you have seen something other than you got the desire for it, that prompted you to do the karma. To get the karma phala, you are sent to different dehadi upadhi. That's called samsara. देखो ये तो कर्म क्षेत्र वाला संसार को ले जा रहा है, विद्या क्षेत्र आत्म मोक्ष के लिए ले जा रहा है. How can they go together? Therefore, there is a virodha in them. They cannot go together. In this way also, vidya karmano virodha. Therefore, virodhadevacha, because of such a strong opposition between the vidya kshetra and karma kshetra, listen carefully, next sentence, vidya na moksham prati karmani apekshate. Vidya, which is supposed to give us moksha, for giving moksha, vidya doesn't expect the presence or requirement of the karma. This is a main siddhant. Now, still there are karmas said in the Shastra, and that we are also doing it. Now, that much little value to the karma should be given, even by the siddhant. Once you reach the Atmanubhava, there is no other than the self, there is no desire, there is no samsara there. But we have not yet reached it, therefore we have still in the sadhana kala. Therefore, karma ka itna jarurat hai, he accepts. But seeing this Purva Siddhanti accepting that karma also, immediately the Purvapakshi again jumps out of his skin and catches the neck of this Purva Siddhanti and says, देखो फिर से तुमने accept किया कि नहीं karma, therefore let us become karmista. You understand? All these discussions prove to us that given a little chance, how either the outer people or our own inner mind takes us away from ourselves. मौका दिया तो हमको हमारा मन भी, बाहर का जगत भी और भगवान का माया भी फंसाता है, आत्मा से दूर ले जाता. एनीथिंग अदर देन आत्मा इज बंधन. Little mauka ye Siddhanti ne diya, then Purvapakshi catches and another set of discussion starts, which is very profound and beautiful. And it's the intelligence of Bhagavan Shankara himself becoming Purvapakshi and raising those questions and doubts, so that you and I, who are students of Bhashyam, will have clear understanding without any ambiguity, that you don't need to read any other books after this. You know very clearly by Siddhanta what is goal and what is means, what is outer sadhanas, what are inner sadhanas. Any other sadhanas we take up which are in line with this only, there is no new thing other than Vedanta to be learned anywhere. What is learnt in Vedanta, to practice it, you may take the help of Karma Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, but they don't teach anything new. Clear? Now what he says, see very carefully, ki first is virodhat evacha vidya na moksham prati karmani apekshate. So much of conflict between both of them there. Vidya is sufficient to give moksha, it doesn't expect any karma. Yet, so atma labhetu. But in the pursuit of the atma anubhuti which gives the moksha, purva upachita durita pratibandha apanaya dvarena, by means of removing the purva upachita प्रतिबंध पूर्वोपचित दुरित है ना, वो प्रतिबंध है. फॉर रिमूविंग दैट पूर्वोपचित प्रतिबंध, डेफिनेटली विद्यया हेतुत्वं प्रतिपद्यन्ते कर्माणि. Karmas are given that much hetutva in the prapti of the vidya for removing purva upachita durita. And now here $1,000,000 point, Shankara Bhagavan says, what he adds, hetutvam pratipadyante karmani nityani. Therefore, only nitya karmas are the ones you and I have to do, that also without any phalapeksha, so that the purva upachitaya durita is cleared. Now be so large hearted in your heart, become magnanimous to try to understand this point. If this is clicking by God's grace to us, we're the most lucky fellows. By Guru Kripa, agar ye ban jata hai to. He has logically proved, when you know a thing other than you, you get a desire, you involve in karma, karma phala, janma bandha, samsara. But through the Atmavidya, when you discover Atma Anubhuti, Atma becoming is one without second, there are no things other than him to desire and enter into any of the karma bandhana. Therefore, Atmavidya gives moksha. Ho gaya. There is no need of any karma. Point one, thoroughly proved. Second point, even to get this Atmavidya, there is a pratibandha, obstruction. That is our Purvopachita Duritaya. To remove that Purvopachita Durita, karmas are allowed. But which karma? We have to be very careful, we have to be very selective, we have to be very choosy. Only Nitya karma. नित्य कर्म में जो हमको अपने हर दिन अपने ड्यूटी के लिए जो कर्म होते हैं, वही that also not for any outer phalapeksha, then it becomes a desire. A karma with desire is karma roga. That dharma karma, nitya karma without desire becomes karma yoga. That removes the upatta durita. Therefore, by helping us in removing the upatta durita, the karma, which is nitya karma, is becoming a help to vidya. That much we agree. इति अतः एव अस्मिन् प्रकरणे उपन्यस्तानि कर्माणि इति अवोचामः. That is why whichever the places you have quoted about the karma of the Upanishad, in all those places, karmas are allowed, only the nitya karmas, that also for not karma phalapeksha, but for the removal of upatta durita. That much is sanction is given. Iti avochama. Evam cha avirodha karma vidhi shrutinam. Therefore, there is no admixture between karma and vidya, whether to help each other or fight with each other. In this way, the कर्म के बारे में जो श्रुति बताते हैं, उनका हमारा कोई विरोध नहीं है. Now it's very sublime thing. It's only beginning thought. The thought is developed in the next 4 or 5 stages from here onwards. For example, I'll tell you an idea. If a person by earlier life is punyam, right from the birth only, he has got 0 upachita durita mano. Will he need to do any karma? You understand? All those discussions will come up now. Purvapakshi will ask some questions. Siddhanta is the answer that makes our intellect sharp and subtle and empowered with such a logical understanding, which so much helps us in removing all wrong notions regarding our outer inner spiritual sadhanas. मजा आएगा इस बात को आप 4-5 बार पढ़कर सुनकर समझ ले तो हम कोशिश करेंगे. That's why I am putting efforts and struggling for myself to study and explain, so that such a rare opportunity as it doesn't come again and again, to open up our intellects for higher, truer understandings. This is how a genius of the level of Adi Shankara, they contemplate, they think, they inquire, they prove what is Jagat and how it is Mithya, how the karmas bind us, how Karma Yoga puriva andakarana, how only Vidya gives moksha. These points are so clearly told to us by them. They are scholars. Like they are engineering scholars, the medical scholars, the law scholars, the political scholars. Every one of us know all these things little, but not like a scholar. So too, little of spirituality we know, but not like a scholar like a Bhagawan Adi Shankara. When we study his this type of explanation, our intellect also grows to that level. That alone can make us pakka spiritual sadhaka with pakka understanding of what is sadhana and doing it pakka. Then only there is chance for liberation. That is why this prasanga brought by Shankaraji here. Okay. एवं च अविरोधः कर्म विधि श्रुतिना. सो दैट वे द कर्म विधि जो श्रुति में दिखा, हमको उसमें लड़ाई नहीं है, उपात दुर्त के क्षय के लिए है वो बस. अगर ऑलरेडी उपात दुर्त क्षय हो गया तो उसकी जरूरत नहीं. जैसे विद्या के द्वारा अविद्या निवृत्ति हो जाएगा, देन विद्या के द्वारा ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्टिंग आत्मा का बोध हो जाएगा. सी विद्या रिमूव्स अविद्या. द मोमेंट विद्या रिमूव्स अविद्या, ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्टिंग आत्मा अनुभूति कम्स. Vidya is Aham Atma. Avidya is Aham Jiva. Aham Atma is removed by Aham Atma removes Aham Jiva, then that Anubhuti comes to. All these vrittis, etc., is of intellectual exercises. Intellectual knowledge that I am Atma Brahma removes the intellectual ignorance that I am Jivadi. When that is done, without even the requirement of the thoughts, Pratyaksha means Aparoksha Anubhuti of the Atma happens. That is the final stage said by our Shastras Vedanta. What is said as Aparoksha Anubhuti here is called as Asampragnata Yoga or Viveka Khyati Ityadi in our Yoga Shastras, which we started 3-4 days back. We are going to study it for few months. Every day, half an hour. Slowly we will build up the subject there. Complement karo donon ko. This is giving Siddhanta clarity, that is giving a sadhana clarity. Milkar karoge to sone pe suhaga. Okay, now ataha, therefore my conclusion. Shankara Bhagavan says, Kevalayaha eva vidyayaha param shreyaha eti siddham. Only by the vidya, shreyas is siddham. Actually, he concluded this. But Guru concludes from his side, but disciple is in his own mood still. The Purvapaksha has not given up completely, no, his notion. Just because Guru said just now. These are very sublime mind and Maya's workings, by which even though superficially we listen, but it doesn't go inside to remove that ignorance for which this is told. यही तो time लेता है बहुत सारा. Otherwise, what the first Guru told us in the first class itself is enough for our sadhana and moksha. Many a times, till our surrender is complete, we hold on to what we imagine only, not what Guru says. ये तो चलता ही है. The moment when he said कि karmas are done for removal of pata durita, this fellow still that vasana he has got for karma, he catches hold of that point. Then he develops altogether a new discussion. And while answering it, Bhagavan Shankara gives such a beautiful clarity. Don't miss that class. Tomorrow, day after, a maja aega 2-3 din. Then after that, the entire thing I may take half an hour, 1 hour to summarize. This is what is the essence of this topic. Then the Shanno Mitra, 12th Anuvaka is done. With the mind fully therefore prepared that I have to gain the Atmavidya for the moksha. No more of any interest in the karma and karma phala. With that prepared mind, Brahma Vidapnoti Param Tadesha Bhyukta. Only the Atmavidya is given by doing the Atma and Atma Viveka, where the Anatmas are the Panchakoshas. Each one of them are taken up, scrutinized, found to be not the self and rejected. Slowly, we are given the Atma Jnana, Atma Sadhana, Atma Anubhuti. That is how these Upanishads work. Still, we are in our own ignorance, Tamogunam. Therefore, picture will not be clear in few classes or few years or even few janma. सुनते समझ में आएगा. 10 जन्म के बाद जो बात हमको समझना है, उसके लिए इस जन्म से हमने प्रयत्न शुरू किया. Please accept it. But if you don't start even now, हजारों भी जन्म हो, we still be a samsari with vasana, karma, vasana, desire, karma phala, lokantara prapti, again dying there, continuous it is. As long as you are in service, you are sent on transfer to one place to other. Once you are retired, you are at home. We will see tomorrow. Om, 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 Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः परम ऋषिभ्यो परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे नमः ओम तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु See, without Bhagavan Adi Shankara's Bhashya and all, do you think we can understand any of these things? Now you understand the importance of such Mahatmas, their grace, their guidance in our life. कहाँ हमारा दिमाग उठेगा इन सब चीज़ों को सोचने में? वो तो whatever the vasanas and mind says, the दिमाग will go there only. That is what is samsara. Thank God,